Awem Hotep Nefer Em Kemet. Welcome in great peace to Egypt. I am Herodotus, the Greek historian. I can see the past, present, and future from my place in the unseen eternal world. I crossed the time barrier to talk to you about the role of the pharaoh. When I visited Egypt around 450 BCE, I studied this magnificent country, its history and society. I also talked to many priests and people to gather information for my intended book, Egyptaica, which included all that I could know about Egypt. In the vast expanse of ancient Egyptian civilization, the pharaoh stood as a unique and extraordinary figure, far more than a simple political leader. In ancient Egypt, the social structure was highly stratified, with the pharaoh sitting atop this intricate pyramid. Perched atop the social pyramid, the pharaoh was simultaneously a political leader, religious icon, and living embodiment of divine authority. In this demonstration, we will explore the multifaceted role of the pharaoh, examining how they influenced governance, religion, and daily life in the Egyptian society. Ancient Egyptians believed that the pharaoh was not merely a human ruler, but a direct descendant of the gods. Specifically, each pharaoh was considered the living incarnation of Horus on earth, and after death, they would merge with Osiris, the god of the afterlife. As the son of Ra, the sun god, the pharaoh served as a bridge between the gods and humanity. This divine lineage wasn't just a symbolic gesture. It was a fundamental belief that justified and sanctified the pharaoh's absolute power. So, the pharaoh was considered a god on earth, a living deity who linked humanity with the divine realm. The pharaoh's divine status meant they were responsible for maintaining Ma'at, the cosmic order of truth, balance, and harmony. Every action, from leading military campaigns to performing complex religious rituals, was seen as crucial for preserving universal balance. This responsibility elevated the pharaoh from a mere political leader to a cosmic mediator. They were depicted in art and inscriptions as larger-than-life figures, often shown performing rituals or defeating enemies to uphold the cosmic order of Ma'at. By upholding Ma'at through just governance and moral conduct, pharaohs ensured prosperity for their people. The pharaoh served as the high priest of Egypt, responsible for maintaining critical religious rituals and ceremonies. He appointed a high priest for each temple to perform the rituals on his behalf. These weren't mere symbolic gestures, but were believed to be essential for ensuring the Nile's annual flooding and protecting the kingdom from natural disasters. Communicating with the gods. Constructing and maintaining temples. These weren't just religious structures, but complex economic and administrative centers that played crucial roles in Egyptian society. The pharaoh's connection with the gods legitimized their rule, with priests and officials reinforcing their divine status through daily rituals and festivals. The belief in the pharaoh's divine nature extended beyond death. Their tombs, like the pyramids, symbolized their journey to join the gods, ensuring their protection and continued influence over the land. At the pinnacle of the social pyramid, the pharaoh wielded absolute political power. Unlike many historical monarchs, the Egyptian pharaoh was not just a figurehead, but the active center of governmental administration. Their responsibilities included lawmaking and decree issuance. As the chief lawmaker, the pharaoh issued decrees and ensured justice across the land. Their decisions were guided by Ma'at, emphasizing harmony, truth, and balance. Economic control. The pharaoh controlled Egypt's vast resources, including land, labor, and wealth. They oversaw the collection of taxes and redistribution of resources, ensuring the prosperity of the kingdom. In ancient Egypt, all land was considered the pharaoh's property. This ownership allowed him to control agricultural production, which was the backbone of the economy. The pharaoh would allocate land to nobles and officials, who would then manage it on his behalf. With the Nile's annual flooding being crucial to Egyptian agriculture, the pharaoh's role in managing water resources and agricultural planning was paramount. They organized irrigation projects, crop planning, and tax collection. Hapi, the Nile god of the north, and the Nile god of the south kneeled before the pharaoh to bless him and his people with all good crops and fertility. The pharaoh implemented a taxation system that ensured a steady flow of resources to the royal treasury. Taxes were collected in the form of goods and labor, which funded public works, military campaigns, and religious institutions. The pharaoh had to guarantee grain storage and distribution. All significant economic resources ultimately converged on the pharaoh. From agricultural surplus to tribute from conquered territories, wealth was centralized, enabling massive projects like pyramid construction and maintaining a sophisticated state apparatus. Pharaohs maintained relations with foreign powers through treaties, marriages, and trade, securing Egypt's position on the international stage. This is one of the Amana letters, a cuneiform tablet from Tushratta, king of the Mitanni, to the pharaoh Amenhotep III circa 1350 BC. Contains a negotiation of marriage between the pharaoh and Tushratta's Duta N Tudukipa. This is the Egyptian-Hittite peace treaty in hieroglyphic and in cuneiform. The pharaoh was the supreme military leader, responsible for defending Egypt's borders and expanding its territories. They led campaigns to subdue foreign threats and secure resources, often depicted as warrior kings in inscriptions and monuments. Pharaohs like Thutmose III and Ramesses II expanded Egypt's influence through military conquests, establishing Egypt as a dominant power in the ancient world. The pharaoh was seen as the defender of Egypt's people, standing as a shield against foreign invaders like the Sea Peoples and Libyans. Their military prowess symbolized their divine strength and legitimacy. The pharaoh was supported by a complex bureaucratic system. Viziers, scribes, priests, and regional governors all operated under the pharaoh's direct authority. This intricate administrative network allowed for efficient governance of a civilization that spanned hundreds of miles along the Nile River. The common people, including farmers, laborers, and artisans, formed the base of the pyramid, working to support the economy and the pharaoh's grand projects. The pharaoh was a significant patron of the arts, commissioning monumental architecture, sculptures, and paintings that celebrated his reign and the gods. This cultural investment not only served religious purposes, but also reinforced the pharaoh's image as a powerful and divine ruler. The social pyramid structure ensured that power remained within specific royal families. Inheritance was typically patrilineal, with the eldest son or a chosen heir expected to maintain the divine mandate. The female line determined the chosen heir, who should be the king's son or married to the princess that was supposed to carry the royal blood. Princes who would be future pharaohs underwent extensive education, learning, religious practices, administrative governance, military strategy, and complex diplomatic negotiations. The coronation of a pharaoh in ancient Egypt was an elaborate ceremony that symbolized the transfer of power and divine authority. It involved rituals that transformed the pharaoh into a god through a union with the royal ka, or life force of the soul. This event marked the ruler's transition from the earthly realm to a higher divine status, integrating them into the cosmic order alongside the gods. The people now got a divine king, that is to say, a pharaoh. The pharaoh's authority was reflected in distinctive regalia, the double crown, representing the unification of Upper and Lower Egypt, the crook and flail, symbolizing leadership and justice, the caecum scepter denoting power and authority. The was scepter was the symbol of power or dominion. The uraeus and nemes headdress, indicating royal status and divine protection. Thrones were adorned with imagery reinforcing their authority and divine connection. The multifaceted role of the pharaoh is beyond comparison. The pharaoh was not just a ruler, but a complex institution embodying political, religious, economic, and military leadership. At the top of the social pyramid, they represented the pinnacle of human and divine potential in ancient Egyptian conception. Their role was so comprehensive that no modern political position truly compares. The pharaoh was simultaneously a head of state, religious leader, economic planner, military commander, and living god, a unique position that made ancient Egyptian civilization both fascinating and extraordinary. A guiding principle from the pyramid texts encapsulates their mission: bring Ma'at and repel Isfit. This means promote harmony and repel chaos, much like Ra, fighting the serpent Apophis, protecting the realm from both external and internal threats. Now, I will leave you in peace.
Make sure to tune into my next videos. If you have any thoughts or questions, add them to your comments. Kindly press the like, share, and subscribe buttons. I'm Farag Sharabasi. See you in the next episodes. Thank you.